Hello students, welcome to this very special tutorial. My name is David, okay, and you are still on AllCBTs. In this very special tutorial, we'll be looking at the top quantitative reasoning questions for all basic school students, especially when you get to the class of class 3 up until class 6. You need these questions to beat exams like the common entrance exams, even internal exams of your school. So make sure you pay attention. And if you're an older person watching this, you want to suggest this to your younger one, to your child or your ward. Make sure you share, okay, and then like. And if you're yet to be subscribed to this channel, you should do so now so that you can always receive updates to questions as this. Now let's begin. Question 1. Find the missing number. So you would always see in my questions, you would always see the year the question was taken from in front of it. So this just simply tell you that the question was taken from 2010. So find the missing number. You have 6, 12, 18, dash, and then you have 30. So what's the missing number here? You can see that I made a little like an image to explain. Now, if you look at this series of number, or simply the way you can do this, the simplest way without needing any formula is to say number 2 minus number 1. Okay, so and what is number 2? Number 2 is 12 and number 1 is 6. So that lets us know the difference between each of the numbers. Okay, so we can deduce by this 12 minus 6, we can say what we have here is what? 6. So and then we also check, does it work for this? My number 3 minus number 2. Yes. So we have 6 here. We have 6 here. Does it work? Okay. So if we have 6 in the first two, it definitely is safe to say that the next one would also have a difference of 6. So if we have 6 here, 6 plus 6, 12. 12 plus 6, 18. 18 plus 6 will give us what? 24. And if we want to be sure that it's correct, we can also say 24 plus 6 will give us what? 30. So that's correct. So the correct option here will be what? 24. Let me take this off. All right. Question 2. Taken from the year 2012. If 15 pencils cost 150, how much will 50 pencils cost? So 15 pencils cost 150. How much will 40 pencils cost? So to know what the cost of 40 pencil will be, we have to first know the cost for 1 pencil. So we've been told that 15 pencils, 15 pencils cost 150. This is for 15 pencils. So 1 pencil will cost what? So to know the price of 1 pencil, all you just need to do is divide 150 by the amount of 15 pencils. So 150 divided by 15. So when you divide it, you would have 10. 15 and 15, 1. So you have 0. So 1 pencil will cost 10 naira, right? 1 pencil will cost 10 naira. So how much will 40 pencils cost? That's easy. If 1 pencil costs 10 naira, 40 pencils will cost what? 40 pencils will cost 10 times 40. 1 pencil is 10 naira. 5 pencils is 10 times 5. 40 pencils is 10 times 40. So that would be 400 naira. So this is the correct option. Option B. Question 3, taken from the year 2015. It says simplify 3 over 4 of 64. Now anytime you see of rather, it means multiply by or multiplication of. Okay, so when you have 3 over 4 of 64, what you are simply asked to do is 3 over 4 times 64. So that's simply what you have to do. So you multiply the upper number by 64 and divide by 4, or the numerator by 64 and divide by 4. So 64 by 4, when you punch it in your calculator, you have 2, 1, you have 192, and then you divide by 4. 4 in 19, you should have about 4 there, remainder 1, remainder 3 rather. So 4 in 32, you should have 8. So that will be what? 48. You get that? Simple as that. Question number 4 now. Taken from the year 2013. Complete the ratio. 8:4 equals to what ratio 1? Okay, 8:4 equals to, or if you like, dash. You can remove this question mark and put dash ratio 1. So simply what you need to do is put the numerator over the denominator, or put this side over this side. So all you have to do is say 8/4. Then you divide both sides. So let's say 4 can divide 8, so no need to start with 2. So let me just say 4 in here 1, 4 in here 2. So we already have this side as 1. This is what is missing. So we can put our 2 here. So 8:4, when you break it down to the lowest multiple, to the lowest size, all you have is 2:1, which will give us B as the correct option. And question 5, what is the next term in the series? And what's the series? 2, 4, 8, 16, and dash. Now we've seen a question as this before. The next term in the series, you have 2, you have 4, you have 8, you have 16. So the best way to do it is look at the first two terms like we did before. If we say n2 minus n1, we could have 4 minus 2 is 4, is n2, number, second number minus first number. So 4 minus 2, you have 2, excuse me. So also look at it, does it apply to n3 minus n2? Does it apply to n3 minus n2? Let's check that. n3 minus n2, you have n3 is 8 and n2 is 4. That's 8 minus 4, which is what? 4. It doesn't apply. Or it applies in another sense, in the sense that it is like a double of the number. So if you want to look at the next term, okay, because we need to know the pattern to be able to know what the next number in the series would be. You have to study the pattern, the preceding pattern, or the pattern that comes before. So we have done for the first two, we've done for the third one. Let's see the fourth one. So maybe we can come up with a pattern. That will now be what? N4, then because it's the fourth number, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is 16, minus N3. So N4 is what? 16 minus what? 8, which will give us what? 8. Okay, so we can see a pattern there. We can see that the answers we're getting is a multiple of itself. So 2 times 2, 4, 4 times 2, or is a multiple of 2, 2 times 2, 4, 4 times 2, 8. Logically, it's just smart to know that the next number will be what? 16, which will just be 8 times 2. So we definitely know that the next number will be 16. So 16 plus what we have here will give us what? 32, right? So the correct option is option C. Now, if you have been watching this video up to this point, I'm sure you're enjoying it. So make sure you smash the subscribe button. And if you have questions, why not leave them in the comment section and let's communicate. Okay, I'll be happy to answer your question and solve the problems. Now let's go to question 6, which says, if a boy spends 1/3 or 1/3 of his 19 naira on books, how much is left? And I told you before that when you see off, it means what? Multiply. It means to multiply in English. I've forgotten board maths. Okay, so off means to multiply. So now question 6, you have 1/3 of 90, which is simply 1/3 times 90, right? So 1 times 90 is what? 90 divided by 3. So let's say the boy, let's represent the boy by what? B. B is equals to 30. So if a boy spends 1/3 of his 90 naira, so how much has he spent? 1/3 is 30 naira. If he spends 1/3 on books, let me put my naira in front. If he spends 30 naira on books from his 90 naira, how much is left? It's simply to what? Deduct the total amount of money from the amount that he has spent, which is 90 minus 30. How much is left is what? 16 naira. You guessed it right. So the answer is C. Question 7 now. Change 3/5 to percentage. 3/5 to percentage. That's very simple. So 3/5 to percentage. When you see percentage, percentage means 100. So change 3/5 to percentage means what? We mean what? Times 100. So it's either you first divide this, then when you multiply your answer by 100, but the simplest, the easiest way is what? 3 times 100, 300 over 5. So by the time you use your denominator to divide your numerator, what you have is what? 60. Now you have 60 over 1, which is another, simply put as what? 60. Don't forget to put your what? Percentage, because 100 is the percentage. So don't forget to put your percentage. So your correct option is what? C, 60%. Question 8 now. What is 25% of 480? Now, we already discussed or established that percent means what? 100. So 25% will simply mean, just like what I have here, 60% simply means 60 over 100, right? So 25% will simply mean what? 25 over 100. Now you see off again, which I said when you see off in mathematics, it simply means what? To multiply. So 25% of 480. So you multiply both together and calculator. You multiply both together and divide by 100. For the sake of time, I will just use my calculator here for the sake of time. So that's what? 25 times 480 equals to what? 12,000. So 0 cancels 0, another 0 cancels this 0. So what you have is what? 120. So option C. Okay, now question 9, taken from the year 2020. The reason I'm putting this year in front is that you can still go to if you have the physical past question, you can go to the physical past question. Okay, I'm talking about the hard copy, and make reference to the question. So the sum of two numbers is 72. If one is 48, what is the other? This is very simple. One of the simplest questions. So you have, there is a mathematical formula for this, but you don't also have to stop yourself with that formula. So let's say two numbers, the sum of two numbers is 72. Let's say the first number is what? X. Let's say the first number is X, and the second number is what? Y. We say what this equation is telling us is that X plus Y equals to what? 72. It says when you add two numbers together, it will give you 72. Now, the equation now even help us by telling us what the one of the number is. So it says if one of the number is 48, what's the second number? So one of the numbers now has been given to us as 48. Let's say it's this Y. So X plus 48 equals to 72. So we have Y, we don't have X. Simple, by simple common sense, you can just say, well, since it's these two numbers that will give me this, I'll just subtract. But if you want to go about it the mathematical way, you can just say, to know what S is, let S stand alone. Then move 48 to go and meet 72, so they will look alike, right? So what we have is what? 72. Because this is plus 48, when it cross over this equal sign, it becomes what? Minus. So you have it as minus 48. So then you now subtract 72 minus 48, you have what? 72 minus 48, you have 24. So if you want to be sure that your answer is correct, put 24 here. 24. So 24 plus 48, will it give you 72? Yes, it will give you 72. So the missing number that will make up 48 to get 72 is what? 24, option B. Next question, question 10. What is the LCM of 6 and 8? Now you definitely must have been taught that LCM means lowest common multiple. Okay, the same number, the lowest common multiple, lowest, so it has to be the lowest for the both of them. And the simplest way you can get this lowest common multiple is by just using this simple table. I'm sure you have been taught in primary school, maybe primary 3, as early as primary 3, primary 4, you should have been taught. So you have 6, you have 8. Then you now think of the number that after 1, aside 1, what number would divide 6, divide 8? And that number, by common sense, is just what? 2. So 2 in 6, you have 3. 2 divided by 8, you have 4. Now, can 2 divide, if we say we want to continue to use 2, can 2 divide 3 and 4 again? No. 2 can divide 4 but cannot divide 3. So, but because it can divide one of them, we still use it. We use 2 again. 2 in 3, it cannot go. So we bring 3 back. Then 2 in 4, it will go 2 times. So, because 2 can still divide 2, we still use 2 one more time. So 2 in 3, it cannot go. So you bring your 3 down. Don't say dash, you say 3 because it cannot go. Then 2 in 2, it can go only one time. So you bring your 1 down. So 2 cannot divide 3. So what is the next number now that can divide 3? Aside 1, remember I said aside 1. That number will be what? 3. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. Then this is your 1. You bring it down. Nothing else to divide. 1 divided by 1 is still 1. So this is where we will stop. So to know what our LCM will be, you just come from up to down. You say what? LCM of 6 and 8 equals to what? That would be 2 times 2 times 2 times 3, which will give you what? 2 times 2, 4, 4 times 2, 8, 8 times 3, 24. And that would be option A. Correct. I'm sure you are liking this video. If you are liking this class, you want to continue seeing more of it, smash the like button. It suggests to YouTube, to the algorithm, that this video is useful, and so they can push it to other students like you who will need it to ace their upcoming exams. Now let's go to question 11 now. You have, taken from 2011, it says find the missing number 36, 30, 24, 12. In fact, we have already solved this several times before, so I will not dwell on it again. You can make reference to it, I think in number 2 or 3rd question. So, but simply, I'll just use the simplest method, which is look at the first 2 numbers and also look at the next 2 numbers after the first 2 numbers. So then look at the pattern. Okay, you can go back and make reference. But from this example we have, from what we have here, you can see that the difference between the first 2 numbers is 6. Then you can see that the difference between the 3rd and 2nd number is also 6. So by logic, it will also let you know that the next number will have a difference of what? Of 6. So if you remove 6 from 24, what will the next number be? 18, right? So 18. And if you want to be sure if it's correct, remove 6 from 18, it gives you 12. So that tells you that your answer is correct. So the answer is option B. And then question 12 from 2014. A bag contained 4 red, 3 green, and 5 yellow balls. How many balls are inside the bag? They say inside the bag, there's 4 red balls. They say there's 4 inside the bag. Green balls, 3. And then yellow balls, there's 5. How many balls are inside the bag? Okay, in total. So you have 4 plus 3 plus 5. 4 plus 3, 7. 7 plus 5, 12 balls. So 12 balls are inside the bag in total. Question 13. Find the value of 7 raised to power 2 minus 5 raised to power 2. So you have, that's a simple one also. 7 raised to power 2 minus 5 raised to power 2. So 7 raised to power 2 just simply means what? 7 times 7. 5 raised to power 2 simply means what? 5 times 5. So this one is just what? 7 times 7. You can put it in brackets so that you can differentiate it from this minus. Minus this 5 raised to power 2 just simply means 5 times 5. So 5 times 5. So 7 times 7, 49, minus 5 times 5, 25. So by the time you subtract it, what will you have? 24. So our option is what? Option B. If I'm too fast for you, don't worry. You can take your time. I don't want the video to be too long. So, but you can take your time and replay a question that seems like I'm too fast, so you can get better understanding of it. And if you're not still clear after replaying it, why don't you use the comment section? Just type it there and tell me I'm not clear as to question number what, and then I'll be happy to explain it better. Next, Question 14 now. You say I even put the picture of a car for you. How nice, right? So question 14, taken from the year 2013. It says, if a car travels 60 kilometers in 1 hour, how long will it travel in 3.5 hours? We've seen something like this before, yeah? So the car travels what? 60 kilometers in 1 hour. So this is our car now. It travels 60 kilometers in 1 hour. Okay, so how long will it travel in 3.5 hours? So let me just put this dash, this slash again and say 3.5 hours. How long will it travel in 3.5 hours? By multiplying this by this. If it travels 60 kilometers in 1 hour, so in 3.5 hours, how many kilometers will it travel? It's going to travel 60 times 3.5 kilometers. Or if you want to do it without this level of mathematics, you can just say 60 kilometers in 1 hour plus 60 kilometers in 1 hour. How many hours is that now? 1 hour, 1 hour. That's 2 hours. You can say again plus 60 kilometers in 1 hour. That's how many hours? 1, 2, 3, 3 hours, right? Plus 9 make 0.5. 0.5 is like half of 1 hour. So if it travels 60 kilometers in 1 hour, then half hour. Okay, so you can say plus 0.5 will be 30 kilometers in 30 minutes. Yes, because 1 hour is, you divide 1 hour by 2 is 30 minutes. So that means it travels 30 kilometers in 30 minutes. So by the time you add everything together, 60 plus 60 plus 60 will be what? 60 times 3, 180 plus 30, 210. So it travels 210 kilometers in 3.5 hours. But if you also want to use this calculation, this way I explained before, just multiply it. So let me do it with my calculator here. 3.5. See, just like I said, 60 times 3.5 will give you 210. So same thing, this method or this method, same thing. So it's going to arrive to the destination 210 kilometers in 3.5 hours. Question number 15, as we continue. Find the difference between the product and sum of 7 and 4. Now, in mathematics, sum means addition. That's add the two sides together. Product means multiplication. So now, look at it. Difference means what? Subtraction. So it says find the difference. Find the subtraction between the multiplication of 7 and 4 and the summation of 7 and 4. So let's start with this side of the sentence first. Product of 7 and 4 is what? Product of 7 and 4, that is when you multiply both together. Product will be 7 times 4. Sum, when you add it together, sum will be 7 plus 4. Let me even do the calculation finish. 7 times 4 will be 28. Sum, 7 plus 4 will be 11. Okay, now difference, like I said before, subtraction. So you say find the difference between this, the product, and this and this. So difference will now be what? 28 minus 11, which will give you what? 17. Option A. Next, if one mango costs 16 naira, how many mangoes can be bought with 300 naira? We've seen this before. Okay, simple. I don't want to also dwell on it too much because I've touched this a lot. I think about 3 times now. If one mango costs 16 naira, how many mango can be bought with 300 naira? So one mango, let me say one mango is 16 naira. Okay, 300 naira will buy how many mango? Just divide 300 by the amount of one mango. You have 300 naira in your hand. You know that one mango is 16 naira. So you want to know how much will this my 300 buy How many mangoes will this my 300 buy? So all you need to do is divide your 300 by the amount for one mango. So mango will be what? 300 by 60. So to know the amount for one mango, divide 300 by 60, you have 5. So you'll be able to buy 5 mangoes for 300 naira, one mango for 60 naira. Is that clear or is it confusing? I think it's clear enough. So your 300 naira will buy you 5 mangoes. 17. Express 3/10 as a decimal. Express 3/10 as a decimal. 3/10. Now, this is also very simple. Once you see this decimal means points. It should have a decimal point. So 3/10, simple. Just register it at the back of your mind. So you don't even need to stress yourself. 3/10 is the same thing as what? 0.3 in decimal place. If it's 3/100, what will it now be? 3/100, it will be what? 0.03. Do you understand? It just means 2 decimal places. Once you have 1 0, 1 decimal place from the back once. Once you have 2 zeros from the back 2 times, 1 2. If it's 3/0, if it's 3/1000, what will it be? I'm sure you are already guessing right. It will be what? 0.003. Now I'm going to give you an assignment that you can drop in the comment section. If it's 3/1,000,000, what will it be? Put the answer in the comment section. Let's go to the next one. Question 18. A rectangle is 8 cm long and 3 cm wide. Long. This is long. This is wide. 8 cm long, 3 cm wide. What's the area? What's the area for a rectangle? I'm sure you sang it in school. Length times what? Breadth. So area of or length times width. Some say width, some say breadth. Okay, in this case it's width. So 8 times 3 equals to what? 24. Centimeter times centimeter equals to what? Centimeter square. So A is the correct answer. 19. Find the next in the sequence. We've seen this before, so I will just breeze through it. Find the next in the sequence. 1, 4, 9, 16, 25. So let's just look at the difference between each of them now. 1 to 4, you have 3. 4 to 9, you have 5. 9 to 16, you have how many? You have about 7 right there. 7. 16 to 25, what will you have? You're already guessing. You have 9. Because by the time you add it together, you see 16 plus 9, 25. So what will the next number be? Since we look at the sequence, 3, 5, 7, 9. The next one will be 11, right? So 11. 25 plus 11 will now be what? 36. Is that correct? Definitely yes, it is correct. So let's move to the next question. 20. Round 367 to the nearest 100. 367 to the nearest 100. Now, this is it. Simple as this. This is in place value. You have this as what? Unit. You have this as what? Tenth. You have this as what? 100. Now, this is the rule. The rule is that you round up the next number to the number in question. So if you ask to round up 100, this is the number you round up on top of what you have here, on top of the number you are asked to round up. So we have to round up to the nearest 100. This is the place value for 100. This is the number we are going to round up and add it to 3. So, and now there's also another rule. The rule is that if the number is from 0 to 4, that means this particular number you want to round up. If it's from 0 to 4, you round it to what? 0 and add it. If it's from 5 to 9, you round it to 1 and add it. Okay, so it's actually from 5 to 9, so we're going to round it to 1 and add it. So by the time I round this my 6, because it's from 5 to 9, to 1 and add it to 3, it will now be what? 4. Then all these other numbers will be 0. So we round it up. It's from 5 to 9, we round it up. We round 367 up to the nearest 100. and the nearest 100 is 400. Okay, the lowest or the closest backwards is 300. Okay, so by rounding to the nearest 100, like I've explained here, 400. So the correct option is what? What is 1 over 2 of 2 over 3? That's a very simple one. I already told you before. Of means multiplication. So 1 over 2 of 2 over 3. That is it. 1 over 2 times 2 over 3. So 1 times 2, 2. 2 times 3, 6. They can divide each other, right? We don't have 2 over 6 there. So they can divide each other. 2 can divide 6. So you say 2 into 1, 2 into 6, 3. So the answer is what? 1 over 3. What is the square root of 144? What's the square root? What is the symbol for square root? You have, this is the symbol for square root, 144. So, which simply means that what two numbers, the same, which number can multiply itself and give you 144? So, and you can do that by, definitely you should know it. You can also do this, the LCM of 144, and come about it. So there are different ways. You can also punch in your calculator, but this is a simple one, so I will just tell you straight up, it's 12. Okay, next question. Which is the smallest prime number? What's a prime number, first of all? That is, because if you don't know what a prime number is, you can answer this question. A prime number is a number that can divide itself and 1, right? Yes, a number that can divide itself and 1. For example, you have 2, 3, 5. So, which is the smallest? 2. 1 is not a prime number because it can only divide itself. So, but it cannot even divide itself. 1 cannot divide itself. So, it only fulfills the other part of the definition. It says a prime number is a number that can divide itself and 1. So that and 1 is for 1. But for other numbers, 2 can divide itself. 2 divided by 2, it goes 1 in one place. 3 divided by 3, it goes in one place. So, but when they say the smallest, 0 is not even there. When they say the smallest, in 2 and 3, it's 2. Question 24. Which number completes the series? We've seen series now about 5 times. 5, 10, 20, 40, what? You can see it's almost like addition of itself. Let's look at it. 5, 10. You can see that it increased by 5. 10, 20, it increased by 10. 20, 40, it increased by 20. So if we are looking at it, 5, 10, 20. The next one will be what? Times itself, or twice of itself. So 20 times 2 will be what? 40. So it's going to increase by 40. So 40 plus 40, 80. 25. Write 7:35 a.m. in 24-hour time. 7:35 a.m. in 24-hour time. Now, this is in Nigeria, or the wall clock that you see in your home, most of your homes, the analog wall clock, that one that looks like this. That one that looks like this, 12, 6, 9, and 3 is analog. So this is a 12-hour time. How so? Because it's not more than 12 now. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. When you count all the numbers, it's not more than 12. Okay. But there are some other homes and offices now that are now using 24 hours. So that is when you start seeing something like 16. When you see, it's usually a digital clock, maybe something like this. Then there will be a digital time here. You see 1750. So this one is a 24-hour time. But in this case, 7:35 a.m. is going to be 7:35 a.m. in 24 hours. Okay. If it is in 12 hours now, if it's a 24-hour clock, it will be 19:35 in 12 hours. But because it's a 24-hour clock, the cycle has completed. It's starting afresh. So it's still going to be what? 7:35 a.m. If you want more question or more answer on that, you can ask me in the comment section. 26. How many lines of symmetry does a square have? How many lines of symmetry does a square have? This is a square. What is a square? It has all its sides equal. So bam, 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 bam. So it has 4 lines of symmetry. All its sides are equal. That's what it means. So 4 lines of symmetry. Option B. 27. How many seconds are in 2 minutes? This one is too simple for you because you've been taught. In fact, you sang it in class. 60 seconds make 1 minute. So if there is 60 seconds in 1 minute, how many seconds is in 2 minutes? 60 plus 60. 1 minute plus 1 minute. 60 plus 60. 120 minutes. Question 28. A box weighs 5 kg. How many boxes weigh 40 kg? So one box is what? 5 kg. Okay, how many boxes will weigh 40 kg? How many of these will weigh 40 kg? So if one box is 5 kg, how many boxes will weigh 40 kg? That will be 40 divided by 5. So by the time you divide it, 5 here, 1, 5 here, 5 to 48. So 8 boxes. 8 boxes will weigh 40 kg, or you can draw your boxes if you like. So 8 boxes. Now, question 29. Which of these is a multiple of 4 and 6? Your LCM applies here again. Multiple of 4 and 6. Should we do it? Or you know it already, we've done it before. So you draw your LCM table, 4 and 6. We've done it before, exactly the same question. So use your 2. Let's do it again. So 2, 3, 2, 1, 3, 3, 1, 1. Right? So, and that's it. 2 times 2, 4, 4 times 3, 12. Next question. Find the value of 4. Find the value of 4 plus 3. 4 times 3 plus 5 minus 6. 4 times 3 plus 5 minus 6. So 4, 3 plus 5 minus 6. 4 times. So 3 plus 5 is what? 8. 4 times 8 minus 6. 4 times 8, 48 minus 6, which is what? 48 minus 6, 42. Or are we not correct? 4 times 8. Oh, not 48. 4 times 8 should be 32. So, yes, you see, errors are common in mathematics. You just need to fix them. So 32 minus 6, which will give you what? 26. Yes, 26. And that's option C. Next question. Question 31 now. A student spent 70 out of 120. What fraction of the money was spent? This one is even a very simple one too. So you can, even if you look at the answer, you can see if you look at the options, you can see the answer. So he spent 70 naira out of 120 naira. What fraction of the money was spent? 7% or 7 ratio of 12 ratio was spent. So 7 over 12, this is still the answer. Now, 32. A keyboard has how many edges? A keyboard has how many edges? So you want to do that by counting now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, these are edges, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then you count this other side. So when you count, it's sharp 12. I think I have counted it now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 edges. Okay, which is the next number in this pattern? We've seen pattern several times. So 3, 6, 12, 24. Let's look at it. 6 minus 3, 3. 12 minus 6, 6. So 3, 6, 12, 24, I guess. So which will be definitely correct. 3, 6, 12, 24. It's a pattern. It will be 48. Alright, question 34. Convert 3 over 4 to decimal. You have 3 over 4. You are converting it to decimal. Decimal means your answer should have decimal points. They should be in decimal place. So that would be, now 3/4, 3 is too small to divide 4. So you had 0, right? So by the time you add 0, what do you have? You have 7.5. But this 0 you had, you have to bring it back here. So when you bring it back here, you have 0. So you return your point. So you have 0.75. Yeah. Question 35. How many hours are there in 3 days? We're going to know how many hours is in 3 days. How many hours is in a day? 24 hours make 1 day. 7 days make 1 week. So you have 24 hours in 1 day. So 3 days, how many hours do you have? 24 plus 24 plus 24. So that's 72 hours. 35. A. A rectangle has a length of 10 centimeter and a width of 5 centimeter. What is its perimeter? A rectangle has a length of 10 centimeter and a width of 5 centimeter. What is its perimeter? Perimeter of a rectangle is what? 2 L plus width, right? That's the formula for perimeter. So what's the length? 10. What's the width? This matter. What's the width? 5. So 10 plus 5, 15. 2 times 15. So that's what? 30 meter. And that's option B. Question 36. If a bottle costs 45 naira, how many bottles can be bought with 225 naira? We've seen this before. So 225 naira divided by 45, you have your answer. Okay? I don't want to dwell on that because I've explained it several times, which is fine. 37. What is the average? Okay, this is a very good question. What is the average of 6, 12, 18, and 24? Average. Average means what? Sum up all the multiples, all the numbers there, and divide it by the amount of numbers there. So we have 6 plus 12 plus 18 plus 24. Divided by how many numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4. In senior secondary school or in junior secondary school, this will also become main. So divided by 4 numbers. So what will it be? You are just adding it to your calculator, or you can even add 6 plus 12, 18, 18 plus 18, 36. 36 plus 24, you have 60. 60 divided by 4, you have how many? 15. 15 is the correct option. 38. What is the value of 2 raised to power 3? We've seen something like this before. And I said that 2 raised to power 3 is the same thing as saying 2 times 2 times 2. It is 2 in 3 places. So 2 times 2, 4, 4 times 2, 8. 8. And 39, second to the last question. Write 0.25 as a fraction. Fraction means it should be 1 over. So just like we did for the other one now. 0.25 as a fraction will be simply 25 over how many, it's in how many place? This is in the 100th place. So by the time you turn it, it will be in over 100 because this is 100th. So over 100. Then you can now divide. You can break it down. So let's say we use 5. 5 here, 5. 5 here, 20. This is go again. 5 here, 1. 5 here, 4. So your answer will be what? 1 over 4. And the final question. Find the product of 13 and 16. Product means what? Multiply. Okay, so what's the multiplication of 13 and 7 rather? So 13 by 7 is what? 91. All right. So that's option C. So with that, we come to the end of this very interesting academic class. It's a beautiful one at that. So and this class was specially designed to help you succeed in higher primary school exams or basic school exams, including the common entrance that will be coming sometime in the year. If you do not understand a particular one, you can go over and replay it. You can also ask questions in the comment section. Make sure you share this with your friends and your younger siblings or nephew, extended family, and help them get prepared for the upcoming exam. We also have our apps whose link you can find in the description of this video to practice questions as this for free, right? And if you are yet to be subscribed, you should do so. What do you stand to lose? We'll be uploading many more videos that will help you ace your exams. I'm sure you enjoyed this. I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hi, I'm sure you enjoyed the video you've just watched. To see more of this kind of content across all examinations, including WAEC, JAMB, JUPEP, GACAO, NEET, SAT, IELT, literally up to 100 exams, make sure you hit the subscribe button and check the channels for all of these videos and tutorials.